Hello. Welcome to Roy Anime Recaps. Like and subscribe so you never miss our new uploads. The episode begins with Rain, a beast tamer, entering a room with his hero party waiting for him. He is rudely fired from being a part of the party. Rain is a beast tamer and he can tame animals and use their strength as his own. Rain feels that beast tamers are not well suited for combat. But as part of the hero party he works hard, supporting his comrades during tough journeys by scouting with the help of an eagle or squirrels. And carrying heavy loads with the help of a bear. His party put trust in him with these tasks. But it was what he thought. Rain feels that this is all out of the blue and he thinks it is a prank. Arios, the leader of the hero party, bangs his fist on the table and informs him that this was not a prank. Agath, Lean and Minna all look on as Rain turns to them to say something. He realized that they are not joking about it. He asks them why. Lena scoffs at this, asking him if he wants a reason aside from the obvious one. She proceeds to call him useless and has been holding them back. She bears in mind that having him is more trouble than it's worth. Arios explains that Rain never does any damage to enemies and they end up constantly trying to save him. All he does for them is scout and carry loads using animals he tamed. Rain reflects on their statements and remembers some of the things they said in the past, all of which were against him being in the party. He realizes that his party did not want him to be part of them. As Rain tries to talk to them, Arios interrupts him. He doesn't want Rain to lower their opinion of him anymore. Rain realizes that he really has been fired. Arios also informs him to let go of his gear, since they were the ones who gathered it. As Rain takes off his gear and arranges it, the hero party starts planning on taking on the Lost Woods. They'd been in the town for days and Rain, who was tasked with gathering supplies, took so long. They continued as Rain takes his leave, realizing that anything between them may have come to a permanent end. Without gear and money, Rain sits on a bench. He thinks back how Agath commented that he was weak like a child after he saved his butt from a goblin. He also recollects how Mayna told him he don't have both the bearing and skill to be in the hero party. He even remembers how Lean questions how he can be good for anything besides running errands and calling in worthless. Rain also realizes how Arios would sarcastically tell the other party members that Rain was doing his best, at least for a beast tamer. He realized that these comments were not to encourage him to do better, but his party never really cared for him at all. He was pondering what to do next. When three youngsters call him, they ask if he had finished his hero work. As Rain stammers to answer them, they'd beg him to show them his power. He obliges them and walks with them. They spot an eagle and Rain, using his powers, creates a temporary bond with it. He makes it land and takes a bow. This flabbergasts the children. He thanks the eagle before releasing it from the spell. As Rain tries to explain the spell to the children, they all feel he is awesome. All of them wants to be a beast tamer when they grow up. Rain questions their choice as he thought they wanted to be a hero. They explained that the hero and his party always look annoyed when commoners come up to them. They also kowtow to the rich folk and the nobles, which they felt was nasty and scary. Rain did not realize that people had this opinion of Arios and the party. Now he understood the cold and frowning reception he got. When he went to gather supplies, the children continue that Rain was different from his party and was nice. He realizes that now it would be harder to tell them he got fired. The children then say they will become adventurers and make their fortunes overnight. After reflecting on their words, he realizes that since he did not need to worry about defeating the Demon King, he can live a life of an adventurer. Rain goes to register at an adventurer's guild. There he meets the receptionist. Her name is Natalie, whom he asks what an adventurer really is. He recalls how his party did not interact much with adventures as Arios and his party looked down on them. Natalie is happy to teach him the basics of being an adventurer, like ranking from F to S, just like monsters, gears and other stuffs. After that, she takes him to his adventurer's trial. She asks his class and he responds he is a beast tamer. This surprises her and she asks him if he is okay with going on alone. Rain recalls how Lean called her useless as a beast tamer, and this makes him pause. Natalie tells him not to do anything reckless, and reminds him that adventurers must know when the job is too much for them to handle. This brings Rain back, and he agrees with her. Natalie asks him if he understands why a trial is needed before an adventurer is accepted. Rain responds that if an unskilled adventurer is hired by the guild, it would bring down the reputation of the guild. She is happy with his answer, and explains that if the guild is not trusted, the government would get involved. Rain goes on his quest, which requires him to slay 10 goblins and collect 20 medicinal herbs. With the help of a squirrel he tames, he can find the goblins and kill them easily. He gathers rune stones that each goblin drops, and is getting ready to start gathering the herbs. When he hears a scream, he heads towards it, and finds a deranged killer tiger about to slaughter a girl. He rushes toward it and jumps to stab it with his dagger. His dagger breaks against the tiger's thick fur. The tiger throws him off. He lands on his butt with his broken dagger beside him. He realizes that he didn't have a chance against the tiger. As the tiger turns its attention to him, he is pretty sure that he may die, but at least he will be able to distract the tiger long enough for the girl to escape. He shouts at the girl to make the escape. To his surprise, the girl stands up and jumps high in the air. She lands her leg on the tiger's back, killing the tiger instantly. Rain stands up and asks who she is, noticing her cat ears and tail. He realizes that she belongs to one of the ultimate species in their world. She was one of the rarest beings, a cat spirit. The dead tiger starts to disappear. The girl, who was still sitting on top of the tiger, falls from hunger and exhaustion. Rain swiftly rushes in and catches her. He feeds her with some rations he brought. As the girl eats heartily, he recalls how the cat spirits are on the verge of extinction. And they have no magic, but possess very evolved athletic abilities, make them the ultimate in the world. After eating, she introduces herself as Akane. Rain also introduces himself and tells him that he is in the middle of his adventurer's trial. He asks her what she was doing in the forest. Akane tells him that the cat spirits live in a remote mountain and keep mostly to themselves. She found life in her village boring, and decided to go on a journey. Where she met him, she feels it's like fate as they walk. Rain tells Akane about how he was fired from the hero party that he was part of for 6 months. While telling his story, he realizes that he feels relieved after telling her everything he has been keeping inside. Suddenly Akane stops walking. She is upset by his story and says that the hero should not have fired such a nice person. She was mad, but Rain was okay with his situation. Now he knows that what they said of him being a hindrance may have been true, and staying in the party would not have been good. As Akane accepts this, Rain instinctively rubs her head to show his appreciation of her concern. She then tells him that he is not useless and strong enough to make a contract with her. She knows this as she felt a surge of energy while he was fighting the tiger. Only a handful of people could tame cat spirits. Rain bites his finger to draw blood and start the enchantment. He starts casting the spell and asks her to state her name to acknowledge the contract. She does, and the contract is formed with a rune forming in her palm. Akane is happy that they are bound together and they shake hands together. Akane pulls Rain as they run towards town. Rain happily reflects on how he was a beast tamer kicked out of a hero's party who had no goal or comrades, and now has an ultimate species working with him.